Okay. So let's have a quick recap what we have discussed in the last session. In the last session, we have just discussed about the introduction, about what is Azure DevOps, what are the services which we are going to learn in this particular training. This is what we have discussed in previous session. In today's session, we are going to start with how we can create our Azure account. But before starting of this particular topic, I'm sharing a WhatsApp group link in the chat box. If anyone is not in the WhatsApp group of our Azure batch 180, you can please join the group by using the particular link. And even again, I'm sharing our course content link and the contact details about our Logical Apps team also I'm going to share with you. So now we'll start with our today's topic where we are going to discuss about how we can create our Azure. But before starting of this particular topic, any question anyone have? Whatever we have discussed till now, if you have or if you want to ask anything, please raise your hand. Yes, Param, you can unmute. Parmeshwar, you can unmute yourself. You have raised your hand.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, Parmeshwar.
This is my first session. Is it a demo or may I know that?
This is the second session, and these are demo sessions are going on.
Second demo.
Sorry, you are saying something?
No. Is it a demo sessions of second class or what?
These are demo sessions are going on.
Okay.
So whenever demo sessions are going to end, after that, the link is only going to share with paid candidates.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
Later I will ask some queries after this.
Parmeshwar, your voice is low. Please increase your volume.
1 minute. Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes, Parmeshwar.
Yeah, after this demo session, I have some queries to discuss with you, and once I complete the demo session, I will ask queries. Okay.
Ask up to you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, Srinivas.
So in this course, it's Azure DevOps. So I'm also looking for admin. So will it cover here or we have another training for that? Azure.
Srinivas, in DevOps training, we are not going to learn about the admin part. I think you have the one who emailed me also.
No.
Not you are okay. Some other person has emailed me. But in DevOps part, we are not going to learn about admin one. We are going to learn about some basic things about admin.
Okay.
Whichever we require it, only those things we are going to learn it.
Okay.
Okay. In depth details, we are going to learn only in our admin training.
Okay. So yesterday demo session I haven't attended. So can you recap what are the highlights?
We have just discussed about what is Azure DevOps and what are the services which we are going to learn it. I just want to know, Srinivas, are you in the WhatsApp group of batch 180?
Yes.
So I'll inform my team. They will again share that video in the group. You can watch the video.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
May I know your name?
Ankit.
Ankit. Okay, thank you.
Yes, Banu, you can unmute.
Hi, Ankit.
Hi, Banu.
I just want to know DevOps engineer and this Azure DevOps is same or different?
DevOps engineer means the person who's working on DevOps.
Okay.
That person called as DevOps engineer.
Okay. This Azure DevOps engineer also there in job portal I have seen. So I got confused whether it is same or different.
The person who's working on that person is called as DevOps engineer. But here they are specifically mentioning that Azure DevOps, that is also same thing.
Okay. Means you are saying
it means they need a person who work on Azure DevOps person, Azure DevOps platform.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Yes, Jagadish, you can unmute. Yes, Jagdish, you can answer question. Jagdish, I'm not able to hear you. Jagdish, looks like you have some issue with your mic. Please resolve your issue, then you can raise your hand. Anyone have any more questions? Okay. No questions. So we'll start with our today's topic where we are going to learn about how we can create our Azure account. To create your Azure account, you can use any email ID, any of your personal email ID. Don't use your official email IDs. Use your personal email IDs. It can be Gmail, Yahoo, Outlook, whatever the email, your personal email you want to use, you can use to create your Microsoft Azure account. First of all, to create your Azure account, you need to go to this particular link, which is mentioned in my PPT. I'm going to share this particular link in the chat box also. Just a minute. So here I'm getting the link and I'm going to share this particular link. In this link, if you see here, we have an option called Start Free. So click on Start Free. When you click on Start Free, here you will get an option to create one. If you already have an account, then you can directly sign in. But you don't have an account, you need to click on Create. Once you click on Create One, you need to enter your email ID. Like earlier, I said that you can enter any of your personal email ID. It can be Gmail, Yahoo, Outlook, any email ID, whichever you have personal, you can enter. And then click on Next. Once you click on Next, here you need to enter the password. You can enter any minimum of 8 characters password you can give here. Once you enter password, you need to click on Next. After that, whatever the email ID you are using it on that particular email, you will get an OTP to validate your email ID. So enter your code and then click on Next. So with the help of this one, you are able to verify your email, the one which you are using to create your Azure account. Now, once you click on Next, here you need to enter your personal details. Your first name, your middle name, last name, your email address. System will automatically pick from the previous step. And then if you scroll down here, you need to enter your phone number also. You just need to enter your phone number. In previous step, we have verified our email ID. In this particular step, we are going to verify our mobile number. So that particular phone number which you are going to enter here, you will get an OTP. You need to validate that one. And to validate your mobile number, also you have two options here. One is text me, other one is call. So whichever the option you are going to select, based on that, you will get an OTP. And that particular OTP, you need to enter to validate your mobile. So first you need to validate your email ID. Next, you need to validate your mobile number. Once you confirm your mobile number, here you need to enter your address. And this is very, very important step. Now, why it is important? You need to mention the address same as your bank account. Whatever the account in your bank account, address is given here, the same address you need to mention here also. Let's take example. In our bank account, it is mentioned as flat number 4. But normally we are writing flat number 4, comma. Which one is correct? For us, this one is correct. But in bank account, they have mentioned like this. So in Azure, which one is correct? This one is correct. So you need to enter your address same as your bank account. Address line 1, address line 2, address line 3. If your address in one single line, enter in one single line. If they are using multiple lines, so please use multiple lines. Now, next, enter your city, your state, and then postal code. Postal code means PIN code. So first you can enter your address, then city, state, and postal code. Once you enter your address, you need to check those 2 check boxes. If you want to read their terms and conditions, you can read those also. And then click on next. Once you click on next, here you need to enter your card details. Your debit card or credit card. Any one thing you can enter here. It is supporting Visa and MasterCard. In India, few people have RuPay card also. Azure is not supporting RuPay card. It support only Visa and MasterCard. And make sure whatever the card you are going to use here, that particular card enable with international transactions. Because by default in India, every bank account is disabled with international transactions. By default, it is disabled. You need to enable those international transactions. How you can enable it? Just contact your bank, they are going to enable it, or you can check your mobile banking or internet banking. From there also you can enable those international transactions. And you don't need to enable for thousands of rupees, just for 100 rupees, you can enable it. Because to validate your card, Azure is going to deduct only 2 rupees from your account. And the 2 rupees also you will get refund in 3 to 5 days. Maximum 3 to 5 days, you will get a refund from their side. So it means to create Azure account, you just need to pay 0 rupees. Not a single rupee you need to pay to create your Azure account. Once your card details are verified from their side, you can log into your Azure account. Once you log into your Azure account, in the top or here, you will see something called subscription. If you click on subscription, you will see a subscription which you are getting, a free trial subscription. Now, what you are getting in this free trial subscription? In this free trial subscription, you are getting a free quota of 200 US dollars, or if I talk about in Indian rupees, you will get 15,800 Indian rupees credit you are getting, which you need to use in 30 days. If you are not going to use this credit in 30 days, after 30 days, this complete credit is going to remove from your account. So after 30 days, what should we do? We can upgrade our subscription to pay as you go feature we have in Azure. What is this pay as you go? Pay as you go means whatever service I'm going to use, only for those we need to pay. Do we need to pay for all services? No. After 30 days, Azure is giving you 12 months free quota. First, you'll get a credit for first 30 days. After 30 days, you can use few services which are coming under 12 months free. Few services which are always free. For lifetime, we have it. We can use those services. If you are going to use those services, then Azure is not going to charge us. But for first 30 days, you can use any of the service. Azure is not going to charge you under this particular credit. After 30 days, you need to use those services which are coming under your free. If you are going to use any other service, then Azure is going to charge you. But how we get information which service is coming under 12 months free, which service is coming under always free? How we get information? We have that particular link. First of all, let me share this link in the chat box with you guys. Scroll down. First of all, here are the countries where Azure is giving us 200 US dollar credit. Here are. In India, we are getting in Indian rupees. In few countries, they are getting as per their own currency. In most of the countries, we are getting it as per US dollars. So here is the full list of countries where we are getting 140 countries we have. See all free services. Here is the list I'm getting. If you see the first service we have in Azure called Advisor, which is unlimited free, always free. Always means lifetime. See here, let me show you that some other services also. Here we go. Virtual machine for 12 months free. 750 hours per month we are getting. Under 750 hours also, they have specifically mentioned the type B1S. We need to use this particular type B1S. What is B1S? We will understand in our upcoming session. For Linux, we are getting 750 hours B1S for 12 months. For Windows machine, 750 hours B1S. We have a service called virtual network also. Always free for lifetime, 50 virtual networks. Free always. If you are going to create more than 50, then they are going to charge us. Otherwise, they are not going to charge us. So like in this one, we have our Kubernetes service also. What is that one? This is our Docker service container registry. 12 months free. 100 GB of storage we can use. So in this one, we can store 100 GB of the storage. So link, we are getting all the services details, which is coming under for always free, which are coming for 12 months. If that particular service name is not given here, it means that particular service is not coming under our free tier. It means from day one, if you are going to use that particular service, it is charged. So this is how you got information that which service is coming under free or which services are coming for 12 months. Now, any question anyone have? Please raise your hand. regarding the account creation, regarding this trial subscription, if you have any question. Yes, Shiv.
Yeah, Ankit, you mentioned always free, right? So for our practice purpose, we can use this one. We can use for all our whatever you are going to tell, right? Creating anything, resource, users, everything. You can use always free. That
We are using few services which are 12 months free.
that is okay, but our for practice purpose, we can use always free. That also it will work for
Shikhar,
all.
to learn Azure DevOps, we have the services coming under 12 months free quota, not always free quota.
Okay, this one when you are using always free.
Sorry,
Always free when what
in
case?
our DevOps training, we don't have any service which is coming under always free. In our DevOps training, the services which we are need to learn, those are coming under 12 months free.
Okay, okay. But always free means this one
Always free means lifetime free.
No, that one we cannot use here or Azure
In
DevOps.
DevOps training, we are not going to use any of the service which are coming under always free. It is not part of the course content.
So okay, under which course is coming this one? Other course?
In Azure Admin, it is coming some of the services which are always free, not all services, Shekhar.
So Azure admin is there. It is always free.
Few of the services, Shekhar, not all services.
Okay, okay.
Okay, but if you want to learn something, if you want to get growth in your career, you need to learn 12 months free, because with always free service, you're not getting job. Okay, so if you want to learn something, you need to use 12 months free services.
In case after 12 months, actually, I created account actually 1 year back. Actually, I'm not practiced. I joined
After 12 months, if you are going to use, you need to pay for all services.
Okay, okay. That we came to know how much they will charge per month like that, or?
Yes, you will get information by using calculator option. In Azure, we have an option of calculator. With the help of that, we got information how much they are going to charge.
Otherwise, we can use new user, right?
Sorry?
New user you can create.
You can create a new account also.
Same credit card you can use, or?
No, you need to use a different card for that.
Oh.
Okay. Otherwise, you will not get the 15,000 free quota. You will only get that 12 months free quota if you're going to use the same credit card.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, Rizwan. Rizwan, you have already unmuted yourself. You can ask your question. Rizwan, look like you have some issue with your mic. Please resolve, then you can raise your hand. Yes, Bhanu.
Sir, if we have already existing account in Azure, we need to have one more. We need to create any other account for DevOps also.
No, we can use the same Azure account.
For DevOps, no need to create another account.
No, we can use the same account, the one which we already have.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Whatever the things which we need to create in this one, we are going to create DevOps organization. So how to create DevOps organization will teach you.
Okay, sir.
Okay, the same account you can use. Because to learn about Azure pipeline, Azure board, Azure repos, we need to create our organization. And how much free quota we are getting for organization, that particular details you will not get in this link. For that one, we have a separate link. We'll share it to you whenever we learn that particular topic.
For that organization, we need to have any credit card like that?
No, the same account you can use it, the one which you already have.
Okay, okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, Banu, you can unmute.
Here we are giving all the card details, right? Including CVV.
Yes.
After our 30 days of trial, without notification, any money kind of thing, it will deduct.
No.
Okay.
After 30 days, your account is going to suspend automatically. Your free tier account is going to suspend. You need to, if you want, you can upgrade to pay as you go. It is
Okay,
not
whatever
automatically going to update.
we can-
You need to update manually.
Okay, that's fine. Oh, that's what I want to know, whether it will deduct automatically or
And
we
are
may
you
need.
from India or from which country?
Here only, India only.
India. As per RBA rule, no company can deduct any rupees from your account till the time you're not entering an OT.
Yeah, thank
Okay.
you. Yeah.
Yes, Vaibhav. Vaibhav Broth, you have raised your hand. Vaibhav, you can unmute yourself. Yes, Osma, you can unmute.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, Osma.
Yeah, I think you said we have to create an account in this Azure in order for the continuation of this DevOps
Yes, to
course.
practice it, but because whatever we are going to learn, if you want to practice, you need to create your Azure account.
Okay. And you said it's free to create right now, but after 30 days, there's going to be a subscription for pay as you go.
First, you are getting a credit of $200 for first 30 days. After 30 days, your free quota is going to be start. The 12 months free quota is going to be start after that.
Okay. So how much would that be?
Sorry?
How much is the charge after that, the free subscription?
You have 12 months free quota for that. After that also. So if you are going to use free services, they are not going to charge you anything.
Okay.
Okay.
That's what I want to know. So we have to create the account after this class, right?
Whenever you feel comfortable, you can create.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
Yes, share it with us.
So as you said, 200 USD is the free. So it's until 10 months, right?
30 days, 200 quota is for?
Yeah, for 30 days.
For
So
$200
yeah,
for 30 days.
Yeah, within 30 days. So I want to use like some limitation is there, right? Some free tier and some premium is there.
Yes, in first 30 days, the limitation that maximum you can create 5 machines. In that one, they are giving you some limitation. You can
Yeah.
use any service. In that one, there is no restrictions.
But according to real-time scenarios, we cannot use same like a real-time environment, right? So
Definitely, if they are giving you the credit, they are not giving you the all privileges, Srinivas.
correct. Yeah.
You cannot create all the services, means you can't create more services. They are created with some limitations.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
for practice purpose, whichever the is sufficient, you can create it. You can't create 100 EC2, 100 virtual machines.
Okay, got it. Yeah.
Okay. You can just, because for learning purpose, we need 2 or 3 machines. So those we can create.
Okay.
Okay.
So when we use and if we shut down after our practice, will it be chargeable?
No. When if your machine is in the stop status, they are not going to charge you for that.
Whenever we use, it will deduct from 200 USD within 30 days.
Whenever a machine is in the running state, then they are going to charge.
Yeah. Okay, got it. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Yes, Sultan. Yes, Sultan, you can unmute. Okay. No questions. Let's move forward. Anyone have any more questions? Yes, Weber. Weber, you are on mute. I'm not able to hear you. You need to unmute yourself. I have given you the option to unmute also.
Now I'm audible to you?
Yes, Weber.
Yeah, actually I am working in Cognizant in support project. So, and I am planning to switch in DevOps. So
Okay.
Actually, I don't have that much experience in DevOps person. So what should I have to do for switch if I am go to other organization after I have work experience in 2 years of a support project, but whenever I'm planning to switch in other organization, so what should I have to tell them I have work in Azure DevOps or support project.
Now, you said that you are working as a support project in the company. So
Yeah.
after learning of this particular course, check in your organization, switch it in your own organization.
Yes, but you are going to teach us one project. So can I consider it as my
Whatever I'm going to teach you, all those things you can put in your resumes.
Okay, so you are in the end you are going to give us one project. So can I say them say other organization that is my real-time project? I worked on
It's
that
up to
project
you,
for
Vaibhav.
one.
Whatever we are learning, if you want to put those things, you can put in your resume.
So that project is can I consider for 1 year or 2 years?
Vaibhav, like earlier I said that if you just only go with Azure DevOps study, then you can put a 2 years of experience.
Okay, Azure Devs for 2 year of experience. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. For that your project, your job.
Vaibhav, I'm not teaching any project here.
Yeah, in the end you are going to teach one project, so I'm talking about that project
I'm
after
not
whole
teaching
training.
any project here, Vaibhav.
Okay.
Okay. Whatever we are learning in this training, those things you can put with the help of that, you can put 2 years of experience.
Okay.
Okay. And I'm going to share some sample resumes with the help of this one. You can create your resume and you can give to them.
Okay. Actually, I have subscribe Azure, Microsoft account, but now my free subscription is over. So I have to use pay as you go subscription.
Yes, you
So
can go with pay as you go subscription, Vaibhav.
so it will going to charge me or not? If I
If you are
follow all the
using,
steps.
if you are using free service and if you are using free options, then they are not going to charge.
Okay.
Okay,
So
like just a minute, let me complete. Like just now I have told you that we have a service called virtual machine. In virtual machine, they have mentioned it that we need to use a type called B1S. It means B1S is coming under free tier.
okay.
So they have clearly mentioned the types also under this particular one. After 12 months, if you are using this particular type, then they are not going to charge.
Okay.
Okay. Other than that, if you are using any other type, they are going to charge.
Okay. In a resource group also free, no?
Resource group is by default free.
By default. Okay.
Resource, there is no charges to create resource group. And even I don't think so it is mentioned here. It is mentioned resource manager, it is mentioned. See here, free always.
Okay.
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 Yes, Sultan. Sultan, you can unmute yourself and ask your question. Anmol, you can unmute.
Yeah, hi Ankit. With the free account, we are getting it the 30 days of trial period, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so we are having actually 45 days of training. So what about the additional 15 days? Do we get any kind of additional free trial subscription with this to have a hands-on training, or how
No.
we can do this?
You can create your account later, Anmol, in that particular case, if you want those things.
Okay. So you mean to say after 15 days we can create Azure free subscription or
No,
account?
even if you, it might be remember, Anmol, just few minutes before I said that, even if you are going to use free services, or because after 30 days also we have 12 months free quota. It doesn't mean that after 30 days it start charging you whatever you're going to use. No. After
Okay.
30 days also you have free tier. So use those free tier services, they will not charge you.
Okay, so remaining 15 days we are going to use the free trial or the
Yes, you
free
can try the
services only.
free trial services. Don't try to use the paid one.
Understood, Ankit. Yes, thanks.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay. So now we are going to start our first service where we are going to learn about virtual machine. Now, what is virtual machine. Anyone can tell me what is virtual machine? Anyone can give some input about virtual machine? Don't worry, it's an incorrect also, we'll correct you. Yes, Srinivas.
It's a physical server, I can say.
Okay, anything else? Anything else, Srinivas?
And it's like it's a cluster.
Okay.
Yeah, we can
Yes,
connect
Bhanu, you can
them.
unmute.
Yeah, it
Thank you,
like this.
Srinivas.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can see it, but we cannot touch it.
Sorry?
We can see the server, but we cannot touch it.
Correct. It's not a physical server. It's not a physical server. It's a virtual machine which we are going to use a server in Azure platform. Okay. Now we'll discuss about what is virtual machine. Virtual machine is like a computer to us, which we are going to create in Azure platform. This is not a physical server. Physical server means the server which is in my own office. The server which I can see that in front of me. But this particular server, we can't see that because this particular server is there in the Azure data center. In Azure region. We are calling a region here. That region is like a data center to us. And Azure is having 79 data centers, 79 regions all over the world. Azure is having more than any of the competitor. AWS is only having 32 regions. Azure is having 79 regions all over the world till now. And even 16 regions are in process. By the end of this particular year, we'll get 16 more regions. So the virtual machine which we are going to create, this particular virtual machine we are going to create on Azure infrastructure. So this particular virtual machine is like a computer to us, which we are going to create in Azure infrastructure, and we can use this particular virtual machine from our local machine. I can connect to this particular virtual machine from my own laptop and I can work on this machine. Which operating system supports in Azure? It is Ubuntu, Windows, Red Hat, CentOS, Debian, Oracle, Linux. These are the few operating system supports in Azure infrastructure. We can create these with the help of these operating system. We can create our virtual machines. To create this virtual machine, first of all, I need to log into my Azure account. So let me log into my Azure account. Is asking for so let me enter the OTP. OTP 217316. Verify. Done. I'm able to log into my Azure. Now go to virtual machine. If you see here in my system, it is showing here virtual machine. But might be in your system, it is not showing you the virtual machine here. Right? Because here I'm recently used this service. That is what is showing us. So if it's not showing you here in the above, we have a search option also. I just type VI. Here I'm getting virtual machine. Click on create virtual machine. Virtual machine. Now, when I click on create virtual machine, the first thing system is selecting is my subscription. The subscription which I have right now, that particular subscription system is selecting by default. And subscription name can be any name. I can change my name of the subscription also. You can give your name, my name, XYZ, whatever you want to give, you can give to your subscription. Now, after giving of our subscription, the next thing what we need is, we need to get a resource group. Now, so before learning a virtual machine, we need to understand what is resource group. Resource group is like a container to us where we are going to put all our resources, whichever we are going to create in Azure. So I can say that it's like a folder to me. Like I have a folder called batch 153. If I open this particular folder, under this folder, I have a different types of files. So we can consider we have a different type of resources in Azure. Now, next. So how we can create a resource group? We'll learn that. Before that, resources can only exist in our resource group. So whatever the resources we are going to create, those resources needs to be in our resource group. Once you create a resource group, it is impossible to change its name. We can't change the name of our resource group. Group can have resources of many different types. Means I can create a virtual machine also. I can create Docker service also. I can create Kubernetes service also under a resource group. I can create virtual network also. Different types of services we can create in our resource. Last point. Groups can have resources from many different regions also. Many different regions means I can create a resource group in another region, and under that particular resource group, the service which I'm going to create, that is in different region. That is possible in Azure resource. Now we learn about how we can create. There are two ways we can create a resource group. The first way is I can directly click on create new, and I can create a resource group from here. So I can click on create new, I can give the name and click on OK. This is one option. Other option is I can go to a resource group service. Here I'm getting resource groups. I can click on create here. And here again, system is selecting our subscription. Next, now I need to give the group name. Group name can be any name. I'll give my group name as group 180. And then region. In which particular region I need to create this resource? I'm selecting as Central India. Here is a full list which we are getting. Review plus create. When I click on review plus create, here I'm getting validation passed. Whatever the details we are entering, system is validating those details first. If you are getting validation passed, then I can click on create. And when I click on create, here I'm getting the notification our resource group is created. And here I'm able to see our resource group also. Now again, I'm going to virtual machine. Now here I'm able to see our resource group, the one which we have created with the name group 180. We can give the name to our virtual machine. I'll give the name as 180. And here system is automatically selecting a region, in which particular region I'm going to create this particular virtual machine. Region means at which data center, in which particular location I want to create this virtual machine. We have the full list of regions, whichever we have in Azure. By default, it is picking Central India. So I'm going with the Central India, right? And in this one, we need to only enter those fields which are mandatory. And wherever you get the star, those fields are mandatory. These fields are not mandatory. Just go with as it is, the details we are getting. We don't need to enter these details right now. So we have selected the resource group. We have given the name. We have selected the region. Next. Whenever we are purchasing any computer, what are the basic things, guys, we are saying it? Can you please let me know what are the basic thing any person is going to see whenever he's purchasing a computer? Can you please let me know in the chat box? Okay. CPU, RAM, hard disk, and operating system. These are the four very basic thing any person is going to check. Even he's not much aware of the technical things, but definitely he's going to see these things. CPU, RAM, hard disk, and operating system. Even to create our virtual machine also, these are the four things we need to select. In our normal day-to-day language, we are calling it as operating system. But in Azure, it is not called as operating system. In Azure, it is called as image. So that's why if you see here, the next step which we need to select, here we are getting as image. And by default, which image system is selecting? Ubuntu Server 20.04 version. And if I click here I'm getting 18 also I'm getting here, 2019 also, Windows 2022 also I'm getting, Windows Ubuntu 22 also, lot of we are getting. If you want to see all, click on see all. You will see all the images whichever we have in. I'm going with the default image with Ubuntu Server 20.04. So it means we are selecting Ubuntu 20.04 version as my EMI. As my image, I'm going to select this. Done. Now, what is my CPU requirement? Let's say example, my CPU requirement is 1 CPU and 1 GB of the RAM. This is my just a basic requirement I need. So if I want to select CPU and RAM, what we need to select? We need to select the size. And just few minutes before, when we are discussing about the free tier details, we have discussed it about that for virtual machine, we are getting 750 hours. And with 750 hours, they are mentioned as B1S. At that time, I have told you we'll discuss later. Now we are going to discuss about B1S. What is this B1S? B1S is the type of the size. And what is it size? By default system is selecting standard underscore B1S. So if you are going to select this particular size after 30 days, for first 30 days, you can select any size. But after 30 days, you always need to select this particular size B1S because B1S size is coming under our free. And how much CPU we are getting? 1 CPU, 1 GB of RAM. It is mentioned also that how much charges they are going to charge us for particular month 642 rupees 10 paisa per month. But if you are under free tier, then don't worry, they are not going to charge anything. Now we have some other size also. 3 more size it is showing us. If you want to see more sizes, we can click on see all sizes. Here. So multiple sizes we are getting. I'm going to select B1S. So with B1S size, I'm getting 1 CPU and 1 GB of the RAM. Next thing. Scroll down. Hard disk is still pending. Whenever we are creating our Linux machine, there are two options. With the help of this one, we can connect our machine. First way is SSH public key. Second option is password. We can connect our machine by using SSH public key also, or we can connect our password. Now, I'll go with SSH public key. And here is our username. By default, username is Azure user. I'll go with the same username. So it means to connect to this particular machine, I need to enter the username as Azure. Now, here we have option that I can generate a new key pair, use existing key stored in Azure, or use existing public key. I don't have any existing key, so I can't select any of the existing key details here. So what I need to do, I need to generate a new key pair. And key pair is a combination of two keys. Key pair is a combination of two keys, public key and private key. Public key is getting stored in Azure. Private key is the one which we are going to download in our local machine. So what is the name of the key which you want to download in your machine? That particular name we need to give. Let me give the name as key -180 -SSH. This is the name. So we have given the name of our key. This key we need to download when we are trying to create the machine. At the end, we need to download this key, not now. With the help of this particular key, I can connect to my machine. Scroll down. Now, next thing. Next thing is, whenever we want to connect to any Linux machine, it is mandatory to enable some port number. Which port number? SSH. Without enabling of the SSH port number, it is impossible to connect our Linux machine. Anyone knows the port number for SSH? Please confirm in the chat box. Correct. I got the correct answer. 22 is the port number for SSH. And if I scroll down, Azure is so smart. They have by default enabled that particular port number for us. SSH. Because I'm creating a Linux machine, because I've selected Ubuntu operating system, that is why here I'm getting SSH, and the port number is mentioned as 20. By default system is enabling. Without enabling of this particular port number, it is impossible to connect to this particular machine. I can't connect to this particular machine publicly if I'm not going to enable this particular port number. It is mandatory. So let's have a quick recap what we have done it. First, we have select our resource group. Then we have given the name of our virtual machine. Then we have selected our region. After that, we have selected our image. Next step, we have selected the size. With the help of size, we are able to get the CPU and RAM for our virtual machine. After that, we are generating a public key and private key, so we can connect to this particular machine with the help of that particular key. Next, system has by default enable our port number called SSH. Click on next. Under next, here we have getting the disk. By default, how much disk size they are giving us? 30 GB. But if you want to increase, you can increase that also. Until 64 GB, you have free quota. So maximum 64 GB size you can give to your Linux virtual machine. If you give more than 64 size, 64 GB, then Azure is going to charge you. It is clearly mentioned, resize to 64, free account eligible. I'm just going with 30 GB because right now we are not going to do anything in these virtual machines. In our upcoming session, when we learn about Kubernetes, at that time we need to do a lot of things in this virtual machine. At that time, we'll go with 64 GB on the size. Now, so we got all the details: CPU, RAM, hard disk, and image. Now, if you see here we have some other tabs also. These are the tabs which we are not going to discuss. So I'm directly click on Review Plus. So when I click on Review Plus Create, system is validating the details and I got the validation failed. Don't worry, this happens sometimes. Go back to any one of the tab. Again, click on Review Plus Create. This happens sometimes. See here, I didn't do anything. I just click on this tab and again click on Review Plus Create. Validation passed. Now click on Create. Now I'm requesting you to please see my screen very carefully because a pop-up is coming here. If I click on that pop-up, after that it's not possible for me to show you. So please see my screen carefully. Now I'm going to click on Create. When I click on Create, here I'm getting that pop-up. Now here, I need to download that private key. I've already told you that particular key is the combination of two keys, public and private key. Public key is getting stored in Azure. Private key, we are going to download in our machine. That is why it is saying download private key and create resource. And if you read this one, we can't download this private key again. It is clearly mentioned. It is not possible because it is just a one time I can download this private key. So click on private key and create resource. Without downloading of this key, I can't create a machine because there are only two options. Download private key and create resource. Other option is return to create a virtual machine. If I click on return, I'll again go back to the same page. To create this machine, I need to click on download private key and create resource. So here system is giving the name. Let me save this key and click on save. So here system has downloaded that particular key in our batch 180. So let me go to dashboard. Here. So here we are able to download our key. Next. Is just creating a virtual machine, our work is completed? No. We need to connect to this machine. So to connect to this machine, I'm going to go to resource. And to connect to this particular machine, I need some software. I need a terminal because this is a Linux machine. And to connect to this machine, I need a terminal. Which terminal? We have a terminal called GitBash. This particular terminal, I'm going to download. I'm sharing the link in the chat box here. And as per your operating system, you can download this particular. I'm using Windows, so I'm going to click on Windows. And if you're using 32-bit system or 64-bit, click on that. Save this particular. I have given the link here. You need to select your operating system and then click there. With the help of that, we are able to download that particular application. And here I am able to download Git in my system. Next step, we need to install. How can I install? Just double click on the software. And then after that, you need to click on next, next, next. With the help of this, you can easily install. If I'm showing you how to install, because in my system, it is already there. Now it is directly showing me to install it. First system is removing the previous version because in my system, Git is already installed. So now system is first removing the previous version and then after that it start installing it. So here we need to wait till the time system is installing this particular Git. So any question anyone have, you can please let me know. Till the time system is going to install this. Yes, Anmol.
Yeah, Ankit, when we are going to create the VM, can we use the personalized custom image?
Yes, we can do that also. We can create our own images in Azure. And we have two types of images. We can create generalized and specialized.
Okay, great. Okay, thanks.
Okay.
Yep.
Yes, Amau, you can unmute.
Yeah, thank you. I'm just wondering if Azure has its own terminal instead of using the Git bash as a terminal.
Azure have its own also. If you see here, here we have a Cloud Shell. I can connect by using this also. I can connect by using this also here. I got the option I can connect by using. But if I talk about in real time, we are not much using these things. Okay, so I want you to familiar with this particular tool.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So here I'm able to install Git. Now right click in the folder where you have put your PEM file. I have put that particular PEM file in our batch 180. So in this batch 180, I'm going to right click and here I'm getting open Git bash here. And in this Git bash, I need to run one command to connect to my machine. And from where I get the command? That command we will get from the Azure portal. If you see here, here we have an option called connect. So click on connect. Scroll down. Here I'm getting. Just copy this particular command. In this command, we need to do some changes, very basic changes we need to do. I just only need to mention my private key name. What is the name of my private key? Dot temp. Copy. Paste. Enter. Type as yes. And you can see here, we are able to connect to our. This is how we can create our Linux virtual machine. And this is how we can connect our virtual machine with the help of Git bash. So this is how we can create our machines. Now, any question anyone have? Please let me know. Yes, Sultan. Sultan, again, you have raised your hand. If you have any question, please unmute. And I'm requesting you, if you don't have any question, please don't raise your hand. Amit, you can unmute.
Yeah, hi, Ankit. So
Hi.
here we are creating this virtual machine in Git bash. And here
We are connecting our machine by using Git bash.
Connecting machine. Okay, using
Yes.
Git bash. And we are not using putty gen over here, right? For
Putty
Linux.
also we can use. We have multiple options. We can use putty also. We can use Git bash. In putty, we need to convert PEM into PPK.
PPK,
But
yes.
here we can directly use PEM also in Git bash.
Yes, yes.
Okay, we have both the option.
We have both the options. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
In my admin training, I have shown you the Git bash. Here I'm using, sorry, there we have used putty, and here I'm using Git bash.
Correct.
So putty is number 1, Git bash is number 2.
But this is
Okay.
good. This is directly going to the machine.
Yes.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. Yes, Om Patel.
Yes, Ankit, can we connect, can we use mobile term instead of Git?
Can we use?
Mobile term.
Patel, Patel, there are hundreds of terminals we have it in market.
Yeah.
You can use any one of the terminal, whichever you feel comfortable. But if I talk about as per the clients, number 1 is putty, number 2 is Git bash. So I want you to familiar with this. Right now, I have shown you how to connect with Git bash. In our upcoming session, I'm going to show you how to connect with putty also.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. If you know any other terminal, you can use those also.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Any more questions? Yes, Amau, you can unmute.
Yeah, so I don't know. I think maybe some company might be using the terminal in the Azure, you know, the one you showed just now when I asked the last questions. Can you just, do we just need to click on it and it's just going to connect automatically to our virtual machine, or is there a special way we need to do it just like you're showing us right now?
No, if you want to connect by using terminal, you need to use Cloud Shell. In this one, we don't have any option that I can directly connect. The only thing is we have a Bastion one. Use Bastion, we can directly connect. But for Bastion, there's a little long process you need to follow. You need to first create a separate subnet for that. Then you need to create a Bastion server. Then it can be possible. But Bastion server we are using only for private machine, not for the public machines. So if you want to connect by using terminal, you need to go with this Cloud Shell. Okay.
Okay. But we have to, before we go with the Cloud Shell, we have to already create the Bastion and all that before
No,
we're going to
for Bastion, cloud share is not required.
Okay.
Those are two different options.
Okay.
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 Bastion
share
is
is
for
an
private
option.
machine. Cloud
Bastion
cache shell
is
can
an
be used for public machines.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay. Yes, ready. You can unmute. Padam.
Yeah, Ankit, are you going to discuss to create VM over Terraform?
Yes, it is part of our course content, how we can create a virtual machine using Terraform.
So whatever we are going to create a resources from starting class, even that we'll discuss in the Terraform session also, right?
Just a minute, let me show you the course content.
Okay.
And before that, Param, I'm going to share the link in the course content also. So for more details, you can refer course content. But just for you, I'm going to open the course content. Just a minute. So here is the course content.
If you don't mind, could you please share? Yeah.
So if you see here is it. What we are going to create by using Terraform. And what we are going to. Okay. Clear, Param?
Only this one, resource group, virtual machine, Azure.
So these things we are resource group right now we have learned what is resource group.
Okay.
Right now we have learned about virtual machine also. Those things we are going to create by using Terraform also. In our upcoming session, we are going to learn about ACR. Clear, Param?
Yeah.
Any more questions? Yes, Banu, you can unmute.
Yeah, Ankit, is there any option for securing your account like MFA?
Securing account means?
Like multi-factor authentication, there is an option in AWS, right? Like
For
here,
account.
for account protection.
Yes, we have an option that you can enable MFA for your account also in Azure Active Directory. We have an option. You can go to your users, and here we have an option of per user MFA. Here is it.
Okay.
So here also we have the same options. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, Balakrishna.
Like AWS, where we can see that our servers are installed virtual machine. Like
sorry,
like AWS, we can see the how many servers we have installed in.
How many virtual machines you have?
Yeah, now we can see virtual machine.
So here, if I come to virtual machines, here I'm able to see I have one virtual machine.
Okay.
Okay. Even in this one, if you go to the resource group which we have created right now, if you see the resource group, in resource group, we are able to see how many resources you have created. Here I'm getting virtual network, NSG, public IP, SSH key. I'm able to see all the details in one single place also.
Okay. So resource group is like all the resources are available under the group.
Yes, that's what we have discussed earlier.
Okay.
So whatever the resources we are going to create, you will see all those resources here in single resource.
Okay. Got it.
Okay. Now moving forward, after a practice, what we need to do, I don't need this particular virtual machine. So what I need to do is I need to delete this particular virtual machine. There are two options to delete this virtual machine. One is I can select this particular virtual machine and I can click on delete. This is one option. Second option is we have created our resource group also. Under resource group, if you see here, we have multiple resources. SSH key, virtual machine, NSG, virtual network, network interface, disk. I want to delete these total 7 resources. All 7 resources I need to delete. So the first option is one by one I can do that. Or second option is I can just delete this resource group And if I delete this resource group, under this resource group, whatever the resources right now I have related to virtual machine, system is going to delete all. So just click on delete resource group. And then we need to enter our resource group. So here I've copied from here and paste. Click on delete. Click on delete. It takes some time to delete this resource group. And one important point, till that time you're not getting the notification of delete, don't close your browser. By mistake, if you close your browser, system will stop there. System is not going to delete your resources if you are going to close the browser here. You need to open your browser. Till that time, you're not getting the notification that all the resources are deleted. So this is what we have about today's session, where we have learned about how we can create our Azure account and how we can create our Linux machine by using SSH option. To create our Linux machine, we have one more option. We can go with the password also. So how to create a machine with the help of password, that's what we are going to start in the tomorrow session. And then we are going to start learning about few of the basic Linux commands. Any question anyone have, please let me know, or we can end the session. Okay, no questions. So with this, I'm ending the session. Thank you for joining today's session. See you tomorrow. Have a nice day.